Memorial Day weekend means backyard barbecues and, of course, cookouts all across Arizona, but hot temperatures that can also increase the risk of foodborne illness. We don't want that to happen. So we have Dr. Michael Clevin with Optum Arizona with some important food tips just to keep in mind as you light up that grill this afternoon, as you get ready. What do you think is the most common mistake that people make out there?
Probably failing to clean the area appropriately, or maybe undercooking their meat.
Those are the top two that's going to get you sick.
Probably so, yeah. That's going to be what's going to allow your food to get contaminated or inadequately sterilized before you eat it.
So what do you think is the next thing that people do that when they come in, what do they say? They have food poisoning. Do they even know where it's from?
That's a good question. No, we often assume, or patients often assume they know where it came from, but we usually don't, unless we get tested. So the common symptoms of food poisoning are nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Sometimes abdominal pain, cramping, even fever if it's really bad. Depending on what bacteria you get, it can take 2 or 3 days before those symptoms kick in.
I was going to say, how long? I mean, is it something that's instant? Is this going to be like, tomorrow, 2 days later, and then all of a sudden I'm sick?
It usually takes 2 or 3 days, but it could take as little as 6 hours. So it's really hard to know what caused it, right?
So what about meat, cooking your meat? Some people, they rinse their meat before they cook it. Is that a good idea to do that?
There's no reason to rinse your meat before you cook it. When you cook the meat, you're going to kill any bacteria that's on it or in it if you're cooking it properly. And when you rinse it, you run the risk of contaminating your whole sink area by splashing bacteria all over the area.
So when you're talking about meat, what should that temperature be? Because I mean, some people, they just kind of eye it and they're like, that looks good. We'll just go with that. It's not pink anymore.
Right. So I like to think of 2 buckets. There's the hot bucket and then there's the really hot bucket. The hot bucket would be 145 degrees. If you're cooking an intact cut of meat like steak or pork or lamb or veal, 145 degrees is sufficient. If you're cooking chicken or ground meat, you need to aim for 165. That's the really hot bucket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the reason for that is actually kind of interesting. The bacteria on an intact cut of steak, for example, is on the outside. It's on the surface. The interior is naturally sterile. So reaching an interior temperature of 145 degrees is sufficient to kill the bacteria on the surface.
That's why you can have like a medium rare steak and be
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it can still be pink inside and you're fine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But as soon as you ground that steak up into ground beef, like a hamburger patty, then you need to cook the entire thing to a higher temperature of 165 degrees to ensure that all the bacteria is eradicated throughout.
Then what about, really quick here as we wrap up, potato salad, things like that? I mean, it gets hot out here in Arizona, so I'd imagine that escalates even faster now.
It does, right. So as soon as you're done preparing the meal, if you're inside room temperature, you've got about 2 hours before you need to refrigerate it. If you're outside, like on a day like today where it's going to be 100 degrees, that window shrinks because the bacteria grows much faster when it's hot out. So your window is about an hour. You need to get that food in the refrigerator or else you run the risk of it being rotten when you eat it again.
Either eat fast or get it in the fridge, pretty much. Doctor, thank you.
Thank you.
Don't want to get your Memorial Day ruined there, so thank you for those tips. Let's get a